Welcome to Cigars and Hip Hop, a show about hip hop during its golden age era. We'll also be discussing cigars and drinks that we enjoyed during the discussion. And now, let's get on with the show.
That shit still probably won't hold up in court.
We'll get it notarized.
Yeah, let's get it notarized. I'm gonna have to walk around with a notary. Have a one little a little notary follow me in her little station wagon. But I mean, it's just fucked up. It's a fucked up ass situation for these cats. But you know, I was watching I forget the chick. I don't know, was her name Superhead? I don't know if it was Superhead or not. But was talking about her relationship with Coogee Rap. Y'all ever see that shit? I think it was her, but man, she put it down bad because apparently she got a kid by him. The kid don't even want to know him. She was saying when she was pregnant, he used to make her sleep in the other room on the floor.
Damn.
She made Coogee Rap like, man, just the biggest villain in the world. You know, said he whooped on her, and I felt bad for about an hour or so. And what I ended up doing, put on my Coogee Rap and was listening to it. It's just man, it's hard to understand some of these people. I mean, you know what you're getting into. And I guess they had a mentality, oh, it's not gonna happen to me.
Right.
And it always is. I mean, it's a revolving circle. It's gonna continue to. It's gonna happen. But man.
Yeah. Hey, and you know, again, not to condone guys being assholes and taking advantage of situations. We're not condoning that. I think the idea is that shaming somebody just because you wanna fucking revenge or some shit. You know, if there's true factual shit going on, let's get the bastard. You know.
Yeah.
Get a woman or a girl, put them in jail, take them through the courts, whatever. But there's that. There's the bad shit happening, but then there's, like you were saying, some people are scandalous. They see money too, you know. They're next to the money, and they're like, fuck. It's like, you know, it's a very well known fact out there that there's attorneys who are always looking for clients who will run into a street and get hit.
Yeah, they call them ambulance chasers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, you know, that template exists in every fucking people to take advantage of when they're money hungry, or you know, when they don't know any fucking better other than to take advantage of people. You know, and I think I just can't believe we're so sensitive. You know, we need to be more realistic about the fucking issues, rather than, like I was telling Chris, everybody has an umbrella today. You know, I gotta be careful if I'm gonna call you a he or a she. Yeah. I gotta be careful with, you know, I gotta be so fucking sensitive. It's like, what the fuck? Our parents grew up in a really fucking rough world. Imagine them being sensitive.
Well, have you heard about the new thing though? That there's no longer, that they're trying to push it for you no longer to be Latino or Latina. It's like Latinx.
Latinx, right?
You know, and that I understand it, but if you was a girl and you want to be a dude, fine, then go as a dude. I ain't got no problem with that. And if you was a dude and you want to be a girl, okay, fine, go as a girl. But I don't think it should be a X, like, you know, to a third gender.
Right.
You know, and even in San Francisco now, like, for instance, the building I work at, there's a men's bathroom, and then there's another bathroom that has a man and a woman /
Right.
you know. The women that I work with feel really uncomfortable because the men can go in both of those bathrooms, but they can only go in one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a form of discrimination.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, but it's all boils down to, well, that, you know, and again, I'm proud that we can now people can openly say, you know, I'm gay or I'm a lesbian, I'm whatever. That's fine.
Right.
I'm happy that they can do that, and nobody will just throw them on a torture stake like they used to. But I still think there still needs to be some type of discretion. A woman still needs to have a woman's bathroom. A man needs to have a man's bathroom. And if you choose to have something in the middle that both can go in, fine. I ain't tripping on that.
That should, yeah.
But you just can't cut out the woman's side altogether.
Right.
Or the man's side altogether.
Yeah. Oh, I was having this discussion with my daughter on Friday. And she was telling me that I think in Canada, they're trying to pass this law where the parent can decide for their kid what they think their kid is. And it's like, that sounds pretty fucked up if you think about it, because you're a baby. How, as a parent, you're going to decide whether your boy, technically, that you're having is a girl based on the parent thinking that.
So what if you have a son and you be like, he gonna be a girl, but they gonna cut off his dick?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's like,
no, that's some shit right there.
And the other thing, you know, you were talking about Latino, Latin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was looking into that, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I often wonder what does Latino, the Latin, something in Latin is the language, the fundamental language of what most languages are made from.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, the Latin thing comes from Spaniards decided that certain countries in their circle that they conquered were Latin, and so I guess that's where we got ourselves calling Latinos, right? When in fact somebody was trying to check somebody and say, hey man, you're Latino, you're mestizo, because you're a mix of native with, you know, the conqueror.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you are. You're a mestizo. You know, and so I was like, I remember back in the 90s we were talking about mestizo, you know, and the people that were considering themselves Latin versus the people that were considering themselves Hispanic. And it's funny because now the way I look at it is Hispanic or Latin, essentially, technically, are the same thing.
Same thing.
Because you're basically claiming you're Spaniards are. Whereas if you claim mestizo, you're being real to yourself that, hey, you are mixed. You're a mixed blood.
Now, you know, though, if you go over to Spain and say that they're Mexican, how offended they get.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I had a homeboy that went over there. And I mean, you know, certain customs or certain nationalities whatsoever, some of us can be kind of ignorant to. So he went over there and said, was talking to somebody and said, you know, oh yeah, you guys are Mexican, this and that. And they were like, you know, basically almost like you called them the N-word. And he was like, dude, you know, I thought I was about to get my ass kicked. And I was like, well, dude, they're not Mexican. They're, you know, they're Spanish. And you kind of explain the whole deal to him and all. But it's I don't know, dude. The whole thing is, even with the blacks and the Africans, it's crazy because Africans don't like African Americans because they said, you know, you guys had it easy. You're lazy. You know, just it's easy in America. We're in Africa. We're fighting. We're doing this. We're doing that. We've been persecuted. We have all these civil wars and all, you know, we're going really through it. You guys got it easy. So it's now you got African Americans prejudice against Africans and Africans prejudice against African Americans.
Right.
Yeah.
Just, you know, don't call us black. We're African.
Right.
It's crazy, dude. It's just, you know. And I'm stuck in the fucking middle. I'm getting beat up by everybody. The black side, the Latino side, the white side, the shit. But, you know, it's a fucked up thing. How the fuck did we get on this subject? It's that Bob Marley shit.
It's that
it must be,
that Marley.
Philosophical at this point.
Shit, I'm ready to get my picket sign and go out and march and shit.
Oh man.
What else?
Did anybody get to listen to that? I thought it was pretty interesting. The game. He's basically he's trying to get, you know, I think he's trying to promote his, I guess, album that either has come out already or is coming out soon. But I sent you guys the link. I don't know if you checked it out.
I didn't get a chance to look at it.
So I'll put it on for a bit, but you know, we can do this because we're discussing it, so you can hear what the fuck is going on here. So this is the title of the article. The game gets explicit about Kim Kardashian on new song preview. So he's doing a song preview, And so just listen to what him and his boys or whatever they're saying. Anyways, so basically,
So you saying he done fucked?
Yeah.
that's what he's saying, man.
It's some messy ass shit.
Yeah,
It's
just,
kind of unnecessary to have to like.
right here, starting from right here, you'll read exactly.
Man, I can't see that shit, Frank. You know I'm a geriatric. Let me see. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I can't see that shit for
Let me read
nothing.
it for you then.
Yeah.
So
I can read, y'all. I just can't. I'm blind.
This is the bars. I held Kim Kardashian by her throat, nigga. He raps in a video of him showing off his unreleased music. Well, that's part of the article. I made her swallow my kids until she choked, nigga. I should apologize, cause yeah, it's my fault, nigga. Needless to say, Kanye West will not be pleased with Game's lyrics. So, I don't know. I mean that. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Like or don't like the West.
I don't like Kanye West no more.
Right, but I'm saying putting
But
that aside.
I wouldn't say shit about, even if I had sex with his wife, I wouldn't bring it up now.
Right. What's the point of bringing it up now?
Yeah, what's the point? And I wouldn't say shit like that because that kind of make you look trashy too.
Right.
No. That don't make you look like a man or like a motherfucking.
That just, man.
That's
She probably gonna sue. She probably gonna sue now for defamation of character too.
That's just messy. That's
Yes.
not respectable.
Yeah.
To me.
I didn't like. I'm not gonna lie, I like the song. I love the song, but I didn't like when Tupac said that he fucked Biggie's wife.
Right.
But the song was the shit. The song was the beat.
It's one of the greatest diss songs ever.
One of the greatest. But just that one part of it, I was kind of like, man, that's kind of like a low blow.
Right.
Because there's certain things you kind of leave people's family out of the whole equation.
Right.
Right.
And true, Kim Kardashian ain't nobody's favorite. Just because the whole Kardashian family it's not. I'm not a fan of. But I'll never, even if I had did something, I wouldn't be bringing it up now.
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah.
Nobody really cares.
I'll just say that, at least for me, it's we know who the Game is. We know his skill level, and he doesn't need to go that long, to come up in a game with another album. I just feel like.
Well, maybe he does because he's not really relevant anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And this just made him relevant.
This made him relevant again.
Yeah, we're talking about him. I mean, take away the whole fucking disrespect. He was obviously handling his own there with bars, but disrespect-wise, it's a low. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
It just I don't know. In a way, it kind of it fulfills that whole. Somebody was trying to say that sometimes in our own communities, it could be in any group really, where say for example, all three of us we're all trying to make it, and if there's some jealousy between any of us, you and I are gonna try pretty hard to bring each other down,
Right.
Instead of fucking helping each other out.
Well, it's like rats in a barrel, right? Like they always they don't work together. They claw at each other
claw each other to get to the top,
and they don't get anywhere.
Yeah. So let's move on to some.
I'm still tripping on that shit.
Shit, man.
That's crazy.
I couldn't believe when I read it. I was like, what?
They trying to give Kanye a heart attack basically because he already mentally sick.
I know, right?
And now, because it's really dangerous to mess with crazy people.
Yeah.
Because Kanye, even though Game is, he got his followers and he got his little crew and everything, Kanye mentality is still, he really do think he Jesus. To where I'm going to walk up on these fools and, do whatever.
Right.
It's going to turn ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid to get to that point, but yeah.
I hope don't nothing come of it,
I
but
feel like everybody's trying to.
LA big, but it ain't that big.
Especially when you're in the limelight like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm seeing is hate or love Kanye today. He's more in the center of, you know, when someone's getting their ass beat
Mm-hmm.
in a fucking in the school ground, and everybody jumps in to kick that fucking kid. I feel like
Kick him while he's
that's what's happening to Kanye right now.
But at the same time, like Kanye West invited a lot of this like critique and everything.
No doubt.
So
no
it's
doubt.
like, it's I don't know. Kanye West. It sucks that he chose the path that he chose to go down, and like basically turned his back on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially the fans.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He's turned. I mean, he's turning everything. It's almost like with Kanye West now. It's everybody's against me. You know, even though in reality he's the bully.
Right.
But he's the bully now. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants to play with me. I can't get nobody to let me play with the ball. So I'm gonna pop the ball. I'm gonna fuck the ball up for everybody else. And it's really sad because he is a musical genius. But it's just that genius hasn't came out in his last few albums.
Right.
You know, one of my favorite songs, Jesus Walks.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to that back to back to back to back to back. And now you say, you know, oh, Kanye's latest song, and I'd be like, what latest song? Because it's just he's become irrelevant, but he has to do shit to stay in the limelight. And by Game doing this, he's helping Kanye stay in the limelight as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
It's two insignificant people that are feeding off of each other to try to stay in some type of on the topic of the discussion.
Right.
So,
bad publicity is good publicity.
it's good
Well, yeah.
publicity.
Any publicity is good publicity, right? Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, the Game is just so not relevant in hip hop at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, if he's looking for that one last hurrah type of mentality, you know, that's what it seems like to me.
And Kanye is trying to do what Eazy-E did. Remember when Eazy-E got invited to the White House?
Yeah.
So Kanye is taking it one step beyond that. Okay, not only am I going to be invited to the White House, I'm going to get my wife to come to the White House too, and she going to fight for people that are in jail, and I'm going to fight for Donald Trump and making America great again. Ugh. He just took it to a step beyond to his publicity, but now, even though we say, you know, all publicity is good publicity, this publicity for him is really hurting him.
Yep. Well, he basically lost a lot of his fans.
It's going to take a miracle to get the majority of fans that he had back. It's going to really take a miracle.
Yeah.
I guess he got a super group. You heard about some super group he got coming out?
Mm-mm.
Him, it's Wiz Khalifa, I think.
This is Kanye West?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. It's several artists he's supposed to be putting together.
He's got like an all-star team?
It's like an all-star team, yeah. I mean, it's some newer names, a few older names, but supposed to be trying to. It was something that was in the making a while ago that didn't go, but now he's trying to get it back to going. It's supposed to be happening.
All right.
So I'll wait to see what happens. I'm sure we'll be talking about it if it ever.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, if you're listening, you know, you can call your next album "The Rise of the Phoenix" because you know that would. People might want to listen to that shit.
I don't know if that Phoenix gonna be able to rise, man. Frank, he done got burnt up pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where I'll skip. I hear him on the radio, flip it. Hear him on Spotify, flip it.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with. I don't even listen to a lot of his produced tracks anymore. I just don't want to deal with it.
It's just, to me, it's a huge letdown for any minority that supports the president.
Yep.
You know, I don't care if he come out with just something. I don't care if it's a fucking $100 bill. If you download it, you get $100. I'm cool. I can honestly say I'm cool.
Pass.
I just, it's he done just burnt that bridge in my book.
Right.
And that bridge ain't nobody coming back with that bridge. You just gonna have to swim across. That motherfucker's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Now that you mention that, yep. Who looked up the favorite bars?
I looked up my favorite, and basically it'd have to be, and it's probably one of the, well, I won't say underrated because I don't even have them on my top 10, but Mack 10 for life. Favorite bar was damn, I can't even remember it now. It's that damn Bob Marley shit. But it's something about he had to ask his PO could he go to his next show. Something about leave the purse in the car. Something crazy. It was just crazy, but it just kept sticking in my head. But I have to say that was one of my favorite bars from a rap song. Be Mack 10 for life. But you? It ain't fair. You can't be looking up something now.
Oh no! Actually, the one I always go back to Biggie because he had pretty cool stuff. He would say, that one where he says, "Don't be mad, UPS is hiring." You should have been a cop.
Fuck hip hop.
So I mean that guy, I always liked the way he played with words.
He had. Now that you say him, because he had Biggie had a way with words. I can still remember him saying, and some of the words would be so vivid. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack, he just had a way of saying things, and you could just mentally see it, almost like it was just there.
Yeah.
Something you could just really just dig and be like, okay, yeah, I did that. That was cool. So it was, yeah, I can dig Biggie.
CRB?
I mean, yeah, you can go down there's a long list of artists that like I can think of, where just from Big Daddy Kane, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, like all of those guys. Like, actually, I've been listening to I Am Sue a lot the last couple of weeks, and he just had a new album come out, and it was one of his older albums. And I've been listening to this song called "Boss Up" a lot. It's called Boss Up, but he has E40 on there, and E40 says something. I actually had to look it up because I know what it says, but the way E40 says it, but he says I'm posted up with my heckler and Koch, not the record company Koch Records, but a WAP shaped like a L letter. Get on your top, but I'd rather not knock down my kind. I'm a boss. If you want some game, hit my line. Like when he says that in the song, like it flipped me out because I was like when he says heckler and Koch, I was like, what? And I was like, oh, he's talking about the gun company, because then at the end he talks about how it's shaped like a L. The one shaped like a L letter. I was like, E40 will always be my favorite, like, to quotables, because he's created so much of the lingo in hip hop, from just like saying, what it do, to all the stuff that ends with easy, to pop your collar, like that kind of, like, the stuff that people steal from, like that's when you are on the top of the mountain, is when your lingo is being stolen. And it's not so much, and again, like a lot of it's just base slang, but a lot of these words that like broccoli, like he started calling weed broccoli, and now everyone calls it broccoli.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily, maybe he didn't invent it, but it was said around the way. When they used to talk about weed when I was growing up, they called it lettuce, because it looked like like shred lettuce, or whatever. But yeah, E40 is my favorite quotable guy of all time.
E40 said, well, it's a trip. I just bought I got rid of my truck and I bought a Cadillac. And this dude is Dominican that I work with. His name is Art. He came up and said, "You gonna put some mustard and mayonnaise on them?" And I looked at him. I was like, "What? Mustard and mayonnaise?" And I'm like, "What you know about that?" He was like, "Man, E40, man, this and that." He with his accent and everything. And I'm tripping. And I'm like, I mean, mustard and mayonnaise, Vogue tires.
Right.
And I'm like, this cat know about Vogue tires, mustard and mayonnaise. And it just tripped me out that E40 was being bumped in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. He's international.
International.
And that's what's dope about it. Like, also, you have to give Mr. FAB, like, he's definitely a quotable guy as well. But, yeah, I mean, people come to the Bay Area to steal our slang, and then they use it somewhere else, and it becomes the hot shit.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Ain't nothing crazier than going somewhere. I can remember being in Charlotte, North Carolina, and hearing these cats talk like they was from California.
Right.
And it was just, I just be looking at them and like, and I was young, cocky, and I was like, man, these country bumpkin motherfuckers is talking this and that and that. And then you just come to realize it's like, it's really a compliment if they find it that, that important that they need to steal our slang and
right.
our words and all. So, but hey, that's this.
And it goes both ways too, right? I mean,
yeah.
I grew up listening to the East Coast, back in the 80s, and I was hearing words like "yo," and people took off. People were just saying "yo."
I remember the first time I said the word "son" out here, and everyone was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Yeah. And I was like, "What's up, kid?" Yeah. And then you're just like, you realize that that's not your slang, so you don't want to talk like that anymore.
It was a guy I worked with. He always East Coast dude. He would always come up and be like, "Oh, what's up, kid? What's up, God?" And I'd be looking at him like, "Huh? What the fuck is you talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you from the East Coast." He was dude name was George Hernandez. But he was always, "What's up, son? What's up, God?" This and that. And I'd be like, man, but you kind of find yourself starting to say, and be like, "What's up, kid?"
Yeah, I just remember my buddy Aaron was like, I was in high school, and he was like, "Stop it." And I was like, "All right, you got me."
I still find it hard because I call everybody Blood. "What's up, Blood? What's up, Blood?" Blood. And even my boss, I'll be like, "Hey, man, Blood, so and so, so." And he just looked at me like, "Chris, I'm not Blood. I'm not this." I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry. It's just. I call everybody that.
It's just that.
It's like a term of endearment,
right?"
Yeah, that's what when I was growing up here in the 80s, because throughout the 80s, I was learning English. I was in classes called ESL, right? So think about words like that. I had brothers on my street going, "What's up, blood?" I'd be like, "Okay, I just learned what the word blood means. It's got to mean family."
And that's basically what it means. It's just like, kinfolk, your blood. You're just, it's really a term of endearment. Yeah. And true with the gangs and everything, they turn into something else. But in Northern California, it's no form of disrespect or claiming anything. It's just like almost the same as in LA when they be like, "Hey, what's up, homie?" Yeah. That's our way of saying, "Hey, what's up, homie?" But,
"What up, my dude?"
Yeah, exactly. But it's true. But when I go to LA, it's completely different because where I'm from, I can say that. But where I'm go to in different places, I'll have to be like, "Hey, what's up, homie? Hey, homie." Right. Because I could say that to the wrong person. I ended up getting, into a confrontation. So it's trip, man. It's just slang is something else.
It's like I love Big L's Ebonics.
Ebonics shit.
where he basically just breaks down all of the slang. What about Snoop Dogg? You know, that whole...
No, not that for shizzle shit.
Yeah, that's for chisel. Well, how he he used his own slang, right? From
But even then, that's still slang that E40 was talking up here for a long time.
Yeah.
Like for shizzle, like we were saying that when I was like way young.
Snoop took that from up here.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cigars and Hip Hop. We'll see you next time. Peace.